have to read that one again, because I'm going to have to, what we got to do is go a little deeper into that one, man.
Second Maccabees, chapter 7, verse 23. But doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as ye know now, regard not your own self for its law's sake.
And when he said give you breath and life again, let's go back to the breakdowns that Elder Tahar and Ricardo was doing when they said, but there was no breath in them, meaning that they're alive in the body, but in the mind they're dead, man, because they lack the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So when he read that scripture, he said, not regarding yourself, but regarding his law. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. So they said that the breath, that's the wisdom, man. So the Most High finally gave you that wisdom. It all started with faith. But the Most High got to give you the faith first, man. If the Most High give you that faith, everything else gonna follow. And that's how you end up getting the knowledge pertaining to Isaiah 37. You know, it's the spirit of man. You know that the Most High gives them knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, so to say. So without that faith and without that spirit, you won't be able to obtain the things written inside this book. That's why you have to be predestined from the beginning. Like in the past, we heard people say, I want to be out there doing what y'all doing. I want to do what you doing, man. It's not a game or a gimmick, man. You know? This is work. Just coming out doing the word is not it, man. Then you got to cut yourself off from certain people in the world, man. You know, like Paul went in on Peter for hanging with those Gentiles, with the Israelites. You know, at times I need to get chastised for that too. You know, I may go and hang out with my cousin once in a while, but all in all though, he ain't into the scriptures like I am. I shouldn't even be around him, you know. But nonetheless, though, it's not going to alter my faith, not going to alter my will to keep doing the word though. But still, it's not wise to hang around, you know, those who are not in truth. You know, I shouldn't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. I'm at fault for that. But I'm not going to go off on the word, never. Lord willing, I say. I ain't going to say nothing. But the Most High can take the spirit from you anytime, man. And then you just out here dead in the world. And boy, it's a bad thing to fall into the hands of the Most High, man. It's a bad thing to fall into the hands of Yahawah.
1 Corinthians 2 and 7. But we speak the wisdom of our power and the mystery, even the hidden wisdom, which Heavenly Father ordained before the world unto our glory. Like the brother said, man, you gotta be ordained, man. Yeah, you can, like, damn, what's the one dude that said, I think Yahawashi had healed him, and then he's like, you know, he want to follow, I want to follow you. Then Yahawashi knows, go tell the people, you know, what I've done. Meaning he wanted to follow Yahawashi and you know, do the work. But he wasn't part of the elect. Yahawashi
told me to go.
Yeah, go tell it. No, your job, your life is to go tell the people, you know, this miracle that I've done. You know what I mean? Like that's nasty, boy.
And then like
that's nasty, man.
And then like how else would the people know that he done those work? Because you know, people known him for years to have this condition. Now all of a sudden, this condition is gone. How is your condition gone? Because they're thinking like if the Pharisees and Sadducees would have had that power, they would have healed the man. They would have made him whole. But Yahawashi came on the scene and he made the man whole. So now everyone was seeking this one man. But like the brother said, man, he told him, hey, go and tell these people what I've done. That's the only lot the Lord have gave you with me. Dang, that's cold. That is cold. That is cold.
He wasn't part of the elect.
He wasn't part of the elect, man.
When he was called, he was chosen. Mark chapter 5. I'm gonna start at 6. But when he saw Yahawashi far off, he ran and worshipped him, and cried with a loud voice and said, What have I to do with thee, Yahawashi, thou son of the Most High Power? I adjure thee by the Heavenly Father that thou torment me not. For he said unto him, Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit.
Come.
And he asked him, What is thy name? And he answered him, saying, My name is Legion, for we are many.
Because Salaki, when you're dealing with the word legion, that's 6,000 or 7,000. Okay?
And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. Now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding.
Right.
And all the devils besought him, saying, Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. And that's why they say you don't eat that pork.
Demons on it, man.
That shit, man.
How your ass bugged out, yo.
Elder Gabar said, if you find a wicked person, you see their diet consists of a lot of pork. He said like your grandma. Your grandma just as wicked as all out hell.
You know, that goddamn pork, goddamn demons and shit.
Her diet consists of a lot of fucking pork. And that's one thing too. My grandma was like, she was real sick. She had diabetes. She was a diabetic. And not once did the doctor tell her, stop eating that pork. Not once. They told her about the salt. Oh, salt is your worst enemy. That's what he told her. Salt and white food,
bread,
like potatoes.
Oh.
That's your worst enemy. Salt. Actually,
you're diabetic.
Yeah. Actually, that was a lie, because salt, you get like salt, pure sea salt. That's pure alkaline, man. Your body needs that shit, man. Your body is made up of a percentage of sodium, man.
People who have diabetes, they should stay away from a lot of starchy food. Salt has nothing to do with it. Salt is for people who have high blood pressure and stuff like that.
But you look up salt, man. It's a lot, man. That alkaline salt, man. Sea salt, man.
Yeah. The sea salt is better than that iodized salt, because they put small particles of glass in that shit, man. That's wicked as all I know.
Says and all the devils besought him, saying, Send us into the swine, we may enter into them. And forthwith Yahawashi gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down to a steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000 and were choked in the sea. The swine even killed themselves, man, after the demons ran into them.
They took themselves out.
Yep. And they that fled the swine fled. They that fed the swine fled, and told it in the city and in the country. And they went out to the sea what it was that was done. And they came to Yahawashi and see him that was possessed with the devil, and had the legion sitting and clothed in his right mind. And they were afraid. And they that saw it told them how it befell to him that was possessed with the devil, and also concerning the swine. And they began to pray him to depart out of their coast. And when he was come into the ship, he that had been possessed with the devil prayed him that he might be with them.
So in other words, that man was a schizophrenic. So because a schizophrenic is somebody that has more than one personality, and your spirit is basically your personality.
You notice how he said he was in his right mind.
Right mind. He was in his right. Yeah, right. Come. He was insane then. For those who in the know.
Howbeit, Yahawashi suffered him not, but said unto him, Go home to thy friends. Go home to thy friends and tell them how great things the Lord hath done for thee, and hath compassion on thee. And he departed and began to publish in Decapolis how great things Yahawashi had done for him, and all men did marvel. So that's the thing, man. And when he was coming to the ship, he had been possessed with the devil. Prayed him and might pray him that he might be with him. And he wanted to be with Yahawashi. Yahawashi told him, man, go and tell the people, man, the works that I've done, you know.
Come.
Meaning he wasn't part of the elect, man, because Yahawashi back then he could see who was part of the elect and he wasn't.
That's why he chose who he chose to be a part of the elect.
Disciple. That's why he chose Peter. So you shall be my, shall what did he say, build my rock.
He said upon Peter, you are my rock. Upon you I shall build my church.
Con. Peter was
Something
David,
like that.
man.
Yeah.
That's why he said Peter didn't go ahead. Peter was David. King David. The only right that he said King David.
Man, when you said that, I just started smiling. Man, if you ain't got that spirit, bro, you won't be able to. How would you be able to discern it if you don't have spirit, man? God damn, that's King David. You know, think about it. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, David, spirit.
And he came back as what? Marshall?
Yeah.
King Marshall.
I don't care what nobody say. I believe in that. You can't say that Marshall. I believe in that. I believe in the teaching, in the working of the spirit, the GMS. You know. Man, that's beautiful, man. I mean, just to be able to discern that.
Got that?
Huh?
Got something?
And I was thinking about Jeremiah 16. They said, I sent many fishers, and then I forgot the scripture in the New Testament when he saw them out there fishing. And that was a prime example of him going out to and you know what?
Fishing for men?
Yeah. It was a prime example. I just didn't know what the scripture.
That was a cut to Joseph Atwood. That theory, that thesis he wrote about the Gospels being created by the Romans. Now, Julius Flavius, for that book, Josephus Flavius, he wrote that book, and what happened was, Titus, Vespasian Titus, he said he sunk a Jewish ship in the same era that same sea that Yahawah said, I shall make you fishers of men. I forgot what it was, the Sea of Galilee?
Yeah, actually, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it said just Titus attacked the Jewish ship, and they went fishing for men. So they said that's how they copied the Gospels from his historic movement through Jerusalem. But with that being said, a cut to that, Jeremiah 16:16. I shall send for many fishers, said the Lord. So you know that gospel was already being pushed way before the sack of Jerusalem.
That was precept upon precept,
you know,
right there.
so that was that cut. That was that cut to
that. Cut to him.
You know, but that's how to show you. If you know the scriptures, you can dissect anything. Just like I was watching this one video. If you look on the Egyptian wall, they had this Jake was talking about. See, now this is where they get the story Genesis from. Now they got this god. I forget what the name of the god was. Who gives a fuck? But he had an eagle head. And he said this is where they get the Christianity get their Genesis from. And they got the man molding Adam in the clay.
I seen that shit.
You know, he's molding Adam in the clay.
Right.
That's all. Because the water's made.
Right.
Now when the Most High talking about he formed man from the dust of the earth, that was like more spiritual. And he gave Adam, and he put the breath. He gave Adam them laws, man. That's when he started making separations. The sons of God, right there, out the Adamite. That's when he started. You know, that it was Israel was always back then, but it just wasn't called Israel. It's the sons of God. So you know,
chapter 6.
yeah. So it's real easy to. If you know the scriptures, when people come up against the scriptures and try to say this and that, if you know the scriptures, it's real easy to slice that shit apart.
Now for those of you who know, you're gonna be like, man, that's true, man. You know they can't come against the truth. But for those who's gonna scoff, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy. But nonetheless, though, you can always, you can always defend yourself with the scriptures, man. It always resorts back to the scriptures, man. That's our shield and buckler, man.